Hello air signs, this is Marina from the Butterfly Effect, and this is your reading for the week beginning the 12th of February. I have Aquarius, Libra and Gemini, and I have separate readings for male and female. And this is your overall card for the week. You are unlike anyone else. Your contradictions and complexities are interesting. I don't have my right glasses on, but I'll read you a little. There is no one like you. This is the universe's only chance to have you in the world. Being your own self is not always easy. You have gone through a very difficult time, but you have passed the test and been reborn. You have done well to keep going, and now you can begin to see worthwhile all the changes and sacrifices were. Although it seemed you were in an endless middle ground where you had no outcome and only repetitive tasks, judgment and criticisms for your choices, a new time begins now. You have successfully reinvented yourself by doing what is not always easy. There will be more enjoyment and fulfillment and less to worry about, and some things that were once difficult will now be simple for you. There will be exciting new people for you to meet, and some of your old friends will come on this journey of change with you. You worried, didn't you, about whether this time of goodness and hope would come? Well, have no doubt, it is here. Okay, keep that in mind as I go through the readings, okay? This is why I shouldn't clarify quite so much, but Aquarius, you have the best card in the deck from my fairy oracle. This is the Maiden, so this is about joyous new beginnings. It can relate to a child, but generally speaking, it's just really positivity, it's joy, it's something fresh and innocent. Combined with this card, it does seem super awesome. Now, I think you're maybe thinking of going on a journey this week. You may be looking to travel. I have got the magnifying glass, the ship, and the tower. This is not the tower in tarot. I sort of feel that you may, there's a number of messages here. Firstly, with the magnifying glass, it's suggesting that you look into the details of this journey. I see some delays coming up in this journey, Aquarius. You might be actually quite disappointed. I don't know about the venue that you end up in or who you're going to be spending time with, but it's like an isolated journey, so you may well be traveling alone, or it may well be that where you're traveling to is pretty isolated. It may be like a spa break in the middle of nowhere. With the magnifying glass, it is suggesting you look into your itinerary details very closely, make sure you've got your tickets, make sure you plan your route thoroughly, because there does seem to be some delays here. You may take a few wrong turns. Now, also with the magnifying glass, I have the Four of Cups in reverse, and I feel this is sort of closely looking at maybe an old disappointment in love, and actually saying farewell to that and moving on, probably on your own. I do have the Three of Cups coming up here, with which is all about, joyous celebration, getting together with friends in the main. It can be about a reconciliation, but this reconciliation is maybe with someone from a distance. It's maybe someone that is aloof and standoffish. But I see some disappointment here, Aquarius, because the Star card is in reverse. So what I would say, if you're traveling, as I say, make sure that your plans are as orchestrated as they can be, and prepare yourself for any sort of delays in travel, and maybe just temper your enthusiasm a little bit, because there does seem to be some disappointment coming up for you, albeit it is still a brand new beginning. It may well be that is past energy. You have been disappointed, and this is you getting a new outlook on life, and a very positive one at that. But there's just I feel an element of tempering your enthusiasm, and just making sure that your plans are watertight. For my Aquarian males, you have, this is certainly more awkward, you have the Garden, the Fox, and the Bridge. This sort of feels like, from what I see around it, this is like you're involved in some sort of tricky group, tricky group of friends, a tricky community. There's something deceptive involved in this group. This can be social media if you're involved in, your friend group. There's someone deceptive here. There's someone who's a bit fly. They're also incredibly selfish, this person. And I feel this week either you or they will be giving up on this connection. This could also be that someone in the public eye is exposed this week with the Garden card. This is someone who's coming across as quite cowardly. As I say, selfish, self-centered. This is with the Five of Swords here and the King of Pentacles in reverse. You could be dealing with an earth sign, a Virgo, Taurus or Capricorn. This is a very mean person. This is someone who doesn't share. This is someone who's very combative, who's prepared to win at all costs. And I just don't think that bridges are not going to be mended here with whomever this individual is for you. I did get, it's a terrible thing to lose, and here comes the rain again. Yeah, that's pretty much the only message. And someone is giving up here on someone who has been deceptive and maybe lied to them. That might be something that becomes, gets exposed this week. That this is a cowardly individual. This is not someone who you're ever going to make any progress with. The Five of Swords and the King of Pentacles in reverse. This is a real mean individual, financially and mentally. And I don't see any bridges being built here. So if you're able to identify who that person is, Aquarian males, that's the story I'm getting for this week. Moving on to my Libra. Libra, you have here the Fiery Sword. This is the masculine principle. This is about justice and protection, but it's real clarity. And I did get, I can see clearly on this. He actually illuminates all the cards around him. For my females, I've got the Child with the Judgment card. So there's a major decision being made here with regards to a child, either having a child or just a new beginning. The Child card can be about brand new beginnings, starting afresh. Someone's very clear on the direction they want to take here, very clear with the Sun. Does seem incredibly positive. The Wheel of Fortune is upright. This is someone who wants to move the wheel in their favor, who, is following their destined path, and they are just really clear. I do have the Nine of Coins in reverse. This may be someone who doesn't want to be single anymore, who's maybe not, maybe wants to join finances with you, set up home with you, but I do have it with a man, so this is probably the man that you're dealing with. It's either you're getting clarity for him, or it's him that's seeing very clearly now. I do have it with the Page of Wands in reverse, however, and the Ten of Cups in reverse. I sort of feel if it is with regards to a child, someone is saying that either possibly that they don't need a child to have a happy family. Or it could well be that this is bad news regarding someone's emotional contentment, that they're not emotionally content. I don't really see anyone moving on here. I don't see anything negative. These are all incredibly positive cards. I just think it's like a major summing up of where you are in life with your person. Everybody's just seeing really clear. I don't see anything negative, as I say. The Page of Wands would normally represent a fire sign child, coming back to this child. So there's like a major summing up with regards to a child. But someone could be feeling emotionally discontent with the Ten of Cups. This is just not feeling really comfortable at home. The home's a wee bit turned upside down just now. Maybe the fire's not lit, or, you've had a power cut, or the cat's run away. There's a little bit of sort of discontentment here, but overall it's actually very, very positive, and I just think there's going to be a major summing up of where you are with your partner this week, Libra females. For Libra males, again, a bit heavier for the men. I have got the Cross card, the Letter, and the Birds. This is like someone who wants to communicate that they've been suffering, that they've been really struggling with something. This communication is possibly making them very anxious, or this can be gossip about communication. This letter is usually something in writing. So this is usually, it'll be text, or it'll be emails. It could be a document, a writ, something like that. But whatever it is causing someone an enormous amount of burden. And bloody hell, to clarify, I've got the Devil. So this is someone who feels really, really tied to something that's super unhealthy. I've actually got two feminines here in reverse for my Libra males. I mean, wowzers. The letter, the communication, the documentation has come through with the Queen of Wands in reverse. I mean, this is serious stuff, Libra males. Christ almighty. This Queen of Wands in reverse, she's like super vindictive, an incredibly jealous female. This is your tire slasher. I mean, I don't know specifically what's coming through in writing, but there's somebody needs to communicate what's going on here, because they're just hugely burdened by this. I mean, the cross is, you know, carrying this cross, and it can be for a very long time. And the weight feels extreme. It really does feel extreme. And this anxiety, this is sometimes grown-up communication with my owl, comes with my Queen of Cups in reverse. And it's a water sign, so a fire sign and a water sign. Both your women are in reverse. They don't need to be romantic partners, Libra. You know, they could be your mother, your auntie, a boss, a sister. Hopefully you'll be able to identify who's who here. The Queen of Cups in reverse is quite emotionally manipulative. She can just be very, very needy, needing a lot of attention, needs a lot of reassurance. She can be very clingy. And she might be communicating a lot with the birds. This feels like a lot of messages coming in from this person. But this one, I mean, that would probably be like cause some anxiety, and it is overbearing. But this one, with this amount of fire, this is almost dangerous. This feels like a really dangerous female if you've got the wrong side of her with this devil card here. I've got ringing in my ears on this one. You could be in a relationship with one of these people, and one of you've got a woman on the side here, and both of them are fucking livid. But this has been it can be addictions to anything, really. I don't know if I'll get a card on that. It's a devil card for my Libra males. The cross. What does the devil card represent for my Libra males? What's the devil card for my Libra males? Right. God. Well, whatever you're suffering in silence. I don't think you're communicating. The communication might be coming to you. These might be people trying to get your attention and draw you out, and you're hiding away from them. Or it may just be that whatever a problem, heaviness, addiction you're dealing with is something you're not sharing. The devil. Victim. And gossip. The victim card is in reverse, but oh my gosh, I really don't like this. I honestly have an impression of someone like literally cowering in their house and trying to avoid individuals getting to the point where they're like, you know, completely paranoid about a situation. They feel that people are talking about them. Feel that people are maybe even spreading malicious gossip about them, trying to defame them. It's it's libelous. Oh fuck, really tough. I'm going to take an advice card from my Libra males because this is horrible. Libra male advice. Libra male advice for the week beginning on the 12th of February. Libra male advice. Surround yourself with protective energy. Libra male advice, please. Set your sights higher. Libra male advice for this situation. It's the best advice you can offer Libra. Right, it's sort of suggesting that you're on your tippy toes and ready to move and set your sights higher. Set your sights higher just basically means that maybe whoever you're interacting with here is, not good for you, or, you can do better, basically. But be ready to move and be graceful. There is a certain amount of being ready for action, but it's not overreacting to a situation. I don't really know if that's going to help you, Libra males, but that's a really shitty situation, and hope I'm wrong, and I hope it doesn't resonate. So there you go, Libra. Moving on to Gemini. I had noticed at the base of the deck that with regards to love in general, I've got Oh That Gnome, and this would suggest that people's love life is going to be pretty chaotic this week. This is my drunken trickster as well, so you know, there's trouble on the love front here. This is my fairy who was kissed by the pixies. She's on her glow up. Everyone is looking at her. She gets lots of attention. She's absolutely adorable, and she's come through with the bright mother. It's almost like somebody might be a bit pissed off about that. But it's definitely a warning to watch your alcohol consumption this week, people. And we have Gemini females. I love my green woman has come through. This combination is really quite lovely. I absolutely love it. My green woman is really confident, burgeoning self-confidence. You know, she's had a lot of trials, a lot of troubles, and this is her coming through. I'm after just saying that, you know, with her glow up, this might be you sort of getting back on your feet and feeling a lot more confident this week, Gemini females. She's a very determined individual. She loves her security, but she's also a little bit wild. She doesn't really indulge in bad behaviour. It's more bold behaviour. She just does what she likes, says what she likes, and really doesn't give a damn. And I feel you're really quite in your element this week, my Gemini females. You have got, I'll take that one out, the ring, the clouds, and the lily. Now, the clouds is a really troublesome card, but in this mix with the ring and the clover, sorry, these are super positive cards, and I sort of feel they mitigate whatever's causing this trouble. This can often be a masculine who's trying to mess with your head here. This is someone who likes to confuse you, a bit of a gaslighter. This is someone you could be in a partnership with. I sort of see that the trouble is coming from love. It's with the Ace of Cups. This might be someone that you're just meeting or have met very recently, or you know, are speaking to or dating, and they might be causing you some confusion. You might be a bit blurred. They might be very keen on getting into a partnership with you, taking things to the next level, and that's possibly causing you some confusion here. With the Six of Coins in reverse in the partnership, it feels pretty unequal. There's someone really not prepared to invest in this. Either you or the other individual is basically just putting in more time and effort to this relationship or partnership. And I think that's what's causing the trouble. That's what's causing the confusion here. But this clover has come through with the Ace of Pentacles, and this is just awesome. So this is luck. It's not massive luck, but it's also quite fleeting luck. So it's something you need to look out for. So there's something, it's very light-hearted, and it does seem to involve possibly a new job, or you know, a little bit of win on the money front that's going to make you feel super confident. So in the main, it is a fantastic week. I don't think you should, I think if someone is trying to mess with your head that you're involved with this Ace of Cups here, I don't know if they're deliberately doing it. I think they are possibly a confused individual. Maybe they don't know where they want to go with this relationship. So I really just think you need to just, you know, engage in this energy, because the green woman is, she's just sorted. You know, nobody's really going to knock her off her track for very long. And with the clover and the Ace of Pentacles here, there's a huge amount of positive stuff this week. So maybe just put your love life on a back burner. And for Gemini males, you have got the Labyrinth, the Key, and the Rider. The Labyrinth is a certain amount of confusion this week. This is about hitting a lot of dead ends, not really being on the same page as with one individual or a number of individuals around you. This is a little bit confusing, this one, Gemini. The Key and the Rider are both incredibly positive, and this is a neutral card in the main, so no major drama this week. This is suggesting that there could be a solution to this confusion, a solution to, you know, hitting dead ends. This is the key, this is the answer, and it's going to come in by either a visitor or some form of communication, either, you know, through the mail, an email, that sort of thing. There's communication that's going to help you get out of this confused state where you maybe don't feel they're making an awful lot of progress. If you let me stay, I will say what I should have said. Hang on, make sure I've got these in the right order. Right, what I'm seeing here with the 9 of coins upright and the 10 of coins in reverse is that someone maybe had to take a step back financially. This can mean that there's trouble within your family. Nobody's really getting on here. But this upright with the 10 of coins, he's putting a coin into the jar. I see this as a sort of retirement fund, you know, or someone's savings account, and someone's taking it out here. I just feel it's almost like you might want to leave your home situation. You might want to withdraw some money from your pension and just set up on your own or go out on your own, maybe leave like a family business. Or maybe stop investing whatever it is you've been investing in and just take a step back. This can be being too financially focused with these pentacles here, Gemini. This is someone who, you know, really does place a lot of value on their job, their money, their financial status and standing. Something here about taking a step back and maybe a disgruntled family member, but just not investing into a home situation anymore. This can be that your home needs a lot of repairs and it's turning into a money pit and you just feel that you're throwing coin after coin. And it's maybe made you, you know, your 10 coins come back to a 9. I don't see anything major here at all. And the key is a fantastic card. It's come up the world. This is tremendous. This is like the wrapping up of a major cycle in your life, which maybe has caused you some confusion here. I do have it with the Page of Swords upright and the 9 of Cups in reverse. So there's been a lack of emotional fulfillment here. This can be overindulgence, to be honest, with the 9 of Cups in reverse. Drinking too much, eating too much, just having way too much fun. It might have put you in a head funk. You might be getting some clarity on that with the Page of Swords. This can be an air sign child. This is communication again with the Page of Swords. Very honest communication, very direct. Can sometimes be a little bit immature. Dance away the heartache. I mean, you could have had an argument with someone here at some point and it's made you feel pretty dissatisfied. It's put you in your head. You've not really known how to resolve the issue. But there's some sort of solution coming to you this week, Gemini, with the key card, the world, the rider. There could be a visitor that's coming your way, or it could be a message that's going to be communicated to you or you're going to communicate. But ultimately, it does look like a really good week. So there we go. That is everybody. I think only my Libra males was slightly worrying, so I'm not going to take any additional advice. And I hope you like it. Please like, please subscribe if you would like a personal. All my information is below, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a good week. Bye. Press.